Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about A Working Man. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros Jason Statham. Let's talk about him. Okay, so Mr. Statham, he's been around for quite a long time. Started like his early career, some Guy Ritchie movies. He was in the one with Jet Li, but his first like solo movie, big solo movie, was Transporter back in '02. Then he co-starred in Italian Job and Collateral and Cellular, I think. And then he got Transporter 2, which did way better than Transporter 1, as you can see. And that movie right there, that truly like kicked off, Jason Statham's, career being like an action movie guy, like in the same vein as like a Gerard Butler. So yeah, after that, he was making a ton of these, action movies, and some done decently enough. Movies like Crank, I think Bank Job did okay. Like the other Transporter movies. The Expendables, at least the first two, three and four, just no. um, let's see. There's a Furious 7, where he was like the main villain in that. Even though he technically appeared in Fast and Furious 6, but that was basically a cameo appearance. Furious 7, that's where he became like a main player of the series. And Furious 7, then Fate and Furious, then Hobbs and Shaw, and then Fast X. Also Spy, The Meg, which was a real shock hit back in 2018. And then Meg 2 didn't do too bad for itself. And last year, you had The Beekeeper, which did way better than the average Jason Statham movie. So, Jason Statham absolutely has a following. He absolutely has carved himself a fan base. Granted, he's got some duds on his resume. Expendables, that movie was an absolute mistake. Operation Fortune, there's a movie nobody saw, and a movie that gave me a fucking false copyright strike. I'll never ever get over that. Not Jason's fault. It's just, you know, a shitty situation. And then you got, well, some of these movies did weak in the States, but did better internationally, like, say, Mechanic Resurrection. Then you got some movies like Homefront, Parker, Safe, Killer. Who even remembers these movies? I doubt it. I doubt anyone does. Crank 2 was a bust at the box office, even though people say it was better than Crank 1. But yeah, so Jason Statham, he's gonna be the only real reason people even care about this thing, or even gonna watch it in like somewhat significant numbers. So I'll label him as a pro. But we got some other people besides Statham in here. We got David Harbour. Yeah, mainly known for Stranger Things, a show I've never seen. And I don't want to get into it now because it would just take me too long to get through all of it. I mean, I already watched, it took me like a month to get through The Boys. Like seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Gen V of The Boys and Diabolical. Well, that was a whole month. I don't want to do that again for another show. So, but yeah, everyone knows what Stranger Things is. It's a huge show. Netflix is probably their biggest show ever. But in the movie world, he's been quite a few movies. A lot of these movies basically like very much like supporting role type stuff. It's before like, well, I guess you can argue Stranger Things was kind of like his breakout. Is like legit breakout in a way. Where people like really noticed him. He was in Suicide. What? I wow. I never knew he was in Suicide Squad, the original. And it's funny since, David Ayer, who made the original Suicide Squad, is making Working Man 2. Anywho, There was the Hellboy reboot that no one ever wanted and no one watched, and now it's just a forgotten failure, which is a fate it deserves. Anywho, but now he's Red Guardian in the MCU. Black Widow's dad, where he was in the Black Widow movie, and now he's going to be in Thunderbolts in a little over a month. He's also in Violent Night. Violent Night was a decent little hit. Gran Turismo did financially. But yeah, David Harbour is very much a recognizable face. Like, absolutely. And who else do we got? Jason Flem. Who is that? Azrael. Is it the devil dude? With the red devil? I think that's who it is. Yeah? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but this is very much like a supporting player. Didn't really have like a big role like any of these movies as far as I know, so yeah, I can't really mention him first. And now I'm seeing Firecracker. All I'm thinking of now I'm thinking of fucking Firecracker from The Boys, season 4, because that's still fresh in my mind. But then might as well mention Michael Pena because I saw him in the trailer, so I'm gonna mention him here. Michael Pena, very much supporting actor guy. He was Lewis in the MCU, the Ant-Man movies. He's the greatest storyteller in all the MCU, bar none. But he's been in a lot of movies. No, I know Crash was like a major one because like what happened with like his character in the movie. That was probably I know Crash gets like a lot of shit for being like an undeserving Best Picture winner. But the scene of like Michael Pena's character when his daughter like gets like shot, it's like assumed dead. Like that shit was good. That shit was like the acting was like hella good. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. Give him a shout out. There's World Trade Center. There's a lot of these other movies. I guess there's Babel. I guess Shooter. I don't think anyone remembers Shooter. Battle LA. There's Observe and Report. There's Lincoln Lawyer. 30 Minutes or Less. He voiced in Turbo. It was End of Watch. It was like him and Jake Gyllenhaal. They starred alongside each other. Parallels in American Hustle. Did not know that. Fury. Funny enough, another David Ayer movie. But yeah, there's The Martian. No one remembers Collateral Beauty. No one, sure as shit, don't remember Chips. He was a Wrinkle in Time. Did not know that. The Dora movie, that cursed Dora movie that came out in 2019. But yeah, mostly it's just like supporting role stuff. But he's very much a recognizable face. So I say we got some recognizable faces in this cast, so that's a pro. Another pro, David Ayer. Okay, this guy is interesting. He has a rather interesting filmography. Harsh Times, which no one watched, I believe. No, well, no, not really. No one really paid attention to Harsh Times. Street Kings did whatever. End of Watch did decent and was received rather well. Sabotage, no one on planet Earth remembers that. Fury was received well and did solid. Suicide Squad made money, but very, very, very few people like the movie. It has a rather shit reputation. Maybe that Ayer cut that's assumed to be out there, like the Snyder cut, maybe if that comes out, that might change people's minds on Suicide Squad, but I doubt it. I just doubt it. But yeah, Suicide Squad just Bright was a Netflix movie, so I can't talk about that. Beekeeper last year, that was a nice little hit. So he has a decent amount of financial success. Critical success is He's had some good times and bad times, but yeah, I'd say he's more of a pro than a con, so I'll label him as a pro. Another pro is that there aren't too many action movies out there right now. I mean, there was Novocaine, but that was like two weeks ago. So that movie's pretty much over. There won't be another action movie out there until I know there's Warf. It's Warframe, right? Yeah, that's not till 2 weeks, and then after that, I guess Sinners kind of, but that's more horror than action. And then Accounting Two, the Accountant Two. That's like at the end of April. So this movie has a bit of time to play out. So I'll label that as a pro. Lack of like direct competition. Another pro I can think of. Um. Hmm. Hmm. I think that's. I think its preview number is 1.1 million. They're not terrible, but I'm not sure how it compares to like. How does it compare to Beekeeper? That's what I want to know. Beekeeper. Okay. Let's see. Beekeeper came out in January of last year. 2.4. Okay, that's not great. um Not great compared to that, but still not like a awful result. It's just not that great. I guess that's I'll label its preview numbers as a middle ground. I'll just say that middle ground preview numbers. So that's middle ground. When it comes to cons, okay, reviews 53%, so very mid. Its audience score is a 90, so basically most people watched the movie, really liked it. But then I'm seeing a B from Cinema Score, so I'm getting mixed messages right there. So I don't know. What did Beekeeper get? Just for comparison, Beekeeper got a B plus, so this is like a step below Beekeeper in terms of quality. What about the Meg? Meg 2 got a B minus. Okay, interesting. um. Okay, so but sometimes quality doesn't really matter with a movie like this. Clearly. So um I'd say it's critic score and cinema score. I'll label those as like con, that part con, but the audience score is rather positive. So I guess mix the positive word of mouth. I'll just label that as it's not even really a con. It's more like a middling thing. So that's middle ground. Actual cons though, the market's terrible. I've said this multiple times. Market is been trash the whole month. And because of that, the box office has been in a death spiral for weeks. And that death spiral is going to disappear until we actually have like a big blockbuster enter the market. Will Minecraft be that movie? Who knows? But yeah, things are really bad. Things are absolutely shit. So yeah, that's an obvious con. I guess another con is that these Jason Statham movies, they kind of they're feels like these movies really only appeal to like Jason Statham fans. It's kind of the same problem Liam Neeson's action movies have, where it only appeals to like core fans and core fans alone. So like I doubt this is gonna bring in like new people. It's gonna make people go, "Oh damn, I gotta watch all of Jason Statham's movies now." Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is just like a core fan only type thing. But in this case, it might help the movie because judging by early numbers, it's not doing too bad. So, that's not even really a con. That's just, I guess, that's just something to just note. Um, just some other cons. I mean, besides kind of lackluster reviews and just shitty marketplace, I think that's it. I really can't think of much else. So yeah. So opening weekend, this is projected to hit as of right now 13.5 million, but apparently it's looking like we may or may not have like a tie between this and Snow White, which is great for Working Man, fucking horrible for Snow White. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but 13.5 million, like I guess between 13 to 15 million. Let's go for a range 13 to 15 million opening weekend, and its total, it's like should be fine, just average. So I guess that would be like 40 million plus. Yeah, perhaps. I'm gonna have a wider range though, just to be safe. 35 to 45 million total. And that's it. That's the end of March. Thank fucking God. It's over. The nightmare is finally ended. Shit. We can now move on to the month of April, which looks a whole lot better in comparison. Because we get to talk about a Minecraft movie. A movie when the first trailer dropped, everyone absolutely hated. But over time, it feels like it could be a hit because whether or not it's good or shit, like it's this it can be one of those situations where the power of the brand just overpowers everything else. Like that, because Minecraft is Minecraft, right? I mean that's why with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So maybe something similar could happen with the Minecraft movie. It better, because I'm really sick of talking so negatively about the box office, but I can't help it. That's all I see right now is negativity. But yeah, that'll be next week. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year, the past few years. You want to watch any of them, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. March recap, that'll be in mid-April, around Easter time. And yeah, March was a disaster, an absolute joke. And I can't wait to tear it apart in that video. So stay tuned. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I went over all the movies I was supposed to come up but didn't. There's like 250 episodes. Never talk about Working Man once. So you want to watch all 250 episodes. You want to binge watch it all from beginning to end. Highly suggest you do that, so go do it. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.